And now I invite you to join with me for a short meditation. Just kind of sit back and let your body find a comfortable place. And take some nice, slow, deep breaths in. And then release that breath fully. And take in another nice, deep breath. As you breathe in, think, calm. Calm my mind. And as you feel your breath out, think, relax. In, calm. Out, relax. As you're sitting there quietly, I invite you to think again into the places for you of starting a new year. We have had a new year a few weeks ago. This is an opportunity to start forward and let go again of that which needs letting go. Breathe in and breathe out. And let go. A little soft music and a little silence to continue your journey. As you allow yourselves to re-enter the room and come fully back to us, let us now hear from Catherine Kearns with great pleasure.
Hi, Happy New Year. Today is the first day of the Chinese Lunar New Year. And thank you for the opportunity so I can introduce what the Chinese Lunar New Year is. And thank you everyone here to bear with me because this is the first sermon in my life. Although I try to learn one new thing every year, I was still shocked when Lillian asked me to give a sermon. I may look like a calm in my face, but in my mind, the actually OS is, what? So, if I don't get fainted here today on the stage, I break one more records in my life. Chinese Lunar New Year means a new beginning. When we say new, we do mean new. How new that will be. 1 month before the Chinese Lunar New Year, every family started to prepare for the year. How to prepare it? We are going to do a big cleaning in everyone's house. When I say cleaning, I remember when I was a kid, we have to move all the furniture out of the house, all the furniture, and wash the table, chairs, shelves. And then I remember, even because I was so little, so I even have to help to bring all the books out. Well, we didn't have the computer by that time, so we just put all the books out, and because in Asian, even though it's in January or in February, it's still so sunny, okay? So we have the blanket out, the book out, so that the house is empty. So we clean from the corner of the ground to the ceiling, okay? Everything clean. It's just like you move out from an old house and then move in to a new house. So that's why we have to start 1 month before the new year, because that's a lot of work. Okay? And also we have to prepare the food, because for the first 3 days of the new year, we don't allow to clean the house, we don't allow to cook. So we have to prepare food. And the new year actually started last night, which is the New Year Eve. It's just like the Christmas Eve here in the United States. It's for the family to get together. So because we have already cooked a lot of food, so at the New Year Eve, what we did is everyone get together and we will worship the ancestors. We thank the ancestors, we thank the heaven God, we thank the earth God, we thank the parents to bring us to this world. And then after that, everyone sit down to eat. And that is really, really a lot of food. And there are certain food that we have to prepare, which is the fish, and we cannot eat that fish because the fish means we have some leftover from last year to next year. So if we ate that during the Chinese New Year Eve, then that means that we have nothing to left. So even though one fish, whole fish put on the table, but we are not allowed even touch it. And then so we have some vegetables, and every dish has the good meaning, like a perfect, good luck, like that. And we have to have a certain food there. And after the dinner, parents will sit there, and if we have the grandparents will sit there too. And all the kids have to line up, one after the other, to go to front of the parents, bow and thank parents to raise us up last year. They did a very hard job. And then so parents will give us a red envelope. You can just put a $1 in. It doesn't matter. It just means the good luck. And then kids put the envelope underneath the pillow. That means we hold the good luck from last year to this year. And then we're supposed not to sleep. We have to wake up the whole night. Then that means that we bring ourselves life from last year to next year. So we have to pass the midnight, cannot sleep. But that's okay if we sleep. And then the second morning is the New Year day. Everyone get up and then have the firecracker, and we have to go out. The whole morning, our job, everyone's job, have to go to neighbors and say, congratulations, you will have good luck, you will be healthy, you will be wealthy, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's all good words. To say the good words to everyone you meet. And then lunch. And sure, well, we don't allow to cook. We don't allow to clean. And the first first 3 days of the new year, that means today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, parents cannot scold the kids. No matter what the kids did. So kids can do anything they want. Even though we break a bowl and the parents has to smile and say, you will have a good luck this year. And then if you owe some money to the bank are not allowed to come to your door, knock your door to ask you return the money. That 3 days is peaceful. Everyone has to say good words. Otherwise, you will have a bad luck this year. And then have anyone seen a new movie called Everything, Everywhere, at all time? That movie actually well done to explain what the philosophy of Chinese means New Year and the new role. Because every year, we are a new role. We are a new person. The 12th zodiac also means that. And we group every two animals as one group. So we have 6 groups. Why we do that? Like, for example, last year was a tiger. This year is a rabbit. What does a tiger mean? Power, right? Courage. Go get that. Okay. What does the rabbit mean? Rabbit, the baby rabbit will not open their eyes for 7 to 12 days. So they are so careful come to this world. Okay? And then so Chinese idioms say, a cunning rabbit has 3 calves, 3 houses. When the hunter tried to get the rabbit in the east side of her house, the rabbit probably is on the south. Okay? So that means rabbit plan things before they do. Okay? So that means he's so cautious, so careful. And why put a tiger and rabbit together? Guess. That means you have a courage to do things, but before you do it, please think about the result. Can you take it? So you have a plan A, plan B, plan C. So you are not just like a bullhead, just go to do things. You will think about that. So that's why tiger and rabbit are in one group. Okay, and you have the zodiac sheet on hand, so you can tell why we group that. So then that means every year we play a new role. Last year we probably so courage, so brave, and this year we know we learned something from the last year. Oh, I shouldn't do that. I didn't think about that. So this year I should be more careful. Okay? So every year, we are actually a new person. That's what the Chinese mean, new. Everything's new, not only the physical house. And also, we have to dress new clothes, new shoes for the new year, everyone. But we also is a new person every year. And even though I am a teacher for years, last 40 years, but I actually learned a lot of things from my students. The oldest students I had is a 99 years old Mexican medical doctor. 99 years old. So when he came to me and asked me to learn from me, guess what the first question I asked him? Yeah, why? That's right. Why did you want to learn this? I mean, people like to learn how to make money, how to get a good job, how to invest the stock, how to win the lottery. But music is not necessary, right? I mean, in the life, okay? And I was young. That was like 40 years ago, in 1980s. And then so I didn't mean to discriminate the age. He is 99 years old. I just wondering why. I mean, 99 years old come to me and say that he wants to learn Chinese music. And guess what he answered me? He only answered 2 words. Why not? I immediately shut up and started to teach him. And he turned out a very good student. He did all the homework every week, even more than what I asked for. And he could correct any of the mistake. I corrected him right there at the spot. And so what I learned from him is I can learn anything at any age. When I learn a new thing, I am a baby. I started from 0. That's okay. I changed my role from a teacher to student. That's okay. That's why I try to learn one new thing every year, because of him. He told me that if I want to learn something, start at any time. Why not? That's what he said, right? And I have to look at my cheat sheet. And the Buddha also said that we should seize the moment. It means we should live at the moment. So Buddha said, eat when you are eating, sleep when you are sleeping. Is that easy? No, I can't. I still cannot do that. You mean when I eat, I probably read the computer or the cell phone. When I sleep, I worry about so many things. What will happen tomorrow? So it's not easy to seize the moment. One of my friends, her elder sister studied, I think it's a biology things, in Indiana, the University of Indiana. So my friends went to visit her sister. The sister already studied there, studied in graduate school for 3 years. The sister was so busy. She was either in the library, in the dormitory to study, or she was in the lab, okay? She didn't have time to do something else. My friends didn't drive in United States, so when she went to visit her sister, she can only walk in the campus and, or stay in the dormitory with her sister. One morning, that is in springtime, they finished the breakfast. So my friend sit next to her sister who still, read the book, study there. My friend just say, oh, how beautiful that flower. And her sister turned her head to her and asked, what flower? My friend pointing out through the window said, apple tree. And then her sister raised up her head and said, I didn't know there was an apple tree. She lives in that dormitory for 3 years. She never raised up her head and looked through the window. So that immediately tells me that it was really sad. She missed a lot of scenery. She missed the spring. She is in the United States, but she lives in the library or the lab. So that is what the Buddha means, seize the moment. Just enjoy where you are. And you don't need to worry about tomorrow. Why? Because we don't know if the tomorrow or the accident will come first. I even don't know if I will wake up tomorrow. So the Confucius, one of the philosopher school to Chinese people, told everyone that every night before you go to bed, do the self-inspect to recall what you say or what you did. If you didn't do well or you didn't say well, and then just keep it in mind to learn it. So tomorrow you will be a new person, you will do better. I didn't do this. Okay? I did sometimes. Okay? And I also got students to remind me something. It's I used to upload a lot of free tutoring videos to YouTube. I think it's more than 100 now, to provide to people who cannot afford to pay fees. So I got a lot of comments from there, and sure, those comments and the questions are really good. And also remind me something I didn't realize it. And 6 months ago, last about summertime, a lady, I didn't know her name, she didn't say it, and I didn't know where she lived, but I found out later on. So she left a lot of questions there, and the question is so basic. And she told me she's learning a music piece, and that piece is supposed to be grade 3. Okay, when I say grade 3, that means it's not a basic. But she told me that she couldn't play that well, and she even didn't know there was basic fingering practice she'll do before she played that piece. So, so she asked some questions, I reply. I always reply my audience by myself. And then so finally, last month, she contacted me again. She told me what's going on. She's 80 years old now. She said she dreamed to learn this instrument when she was young. She didn't, because she didn't have time, she didn't have money, she was busy at working, making money, raising up kids. Even though after she retired, she still didn't do it. Until last year, doctor told her she got a cancer. And then she started to think about that. She said, I'm not going to leave any regrets in my life. So she started to spend the money to buy good instruments. She said, anyway, I'm not going to carry those the money to my coffin, right? So I just invest on myself now. And then she found a young teacher in local. So she told the young teacher that she wants to learn this from very beginning. But the young teacher told her, the young teacher refused her. The young teacher said, no, you are 80 years old now. You got the cancer. You don't have time. So that's just started to learn the music piece. And what happened is that she found out, well, yes, she learned one piece, but she couldn't play that well. She felt so frustrated. She didn't know what's going on. She just couldn't play it. She said every note to her is very hard work. It's like when she plays, she didn't know the pitch. She couldn't make the pitch right, and she couldn't make the rhythm right. And until she found my video, then she realized, oh, because I skipped this, I skipped that. So she asked if I could give her, if I could meet her online, and she will play, and then let me to tell her what's wrong. I said, sure. And then I actually told Lillian about this. And then Friday, 2 days ago, we actually met on the online for 2 hours. She lived in Canada, so we have a 4.5 hours difference. She lives in the east side of the Canada. So I told her what she could do. She can play this way, play that way. And then she told me that, sometimes one advice from a teacher will worth several years she figured out by herself. So I told her that, she doesn't need to pay me because she already has a teacher there. But if anytime she needs me, just let me know. And then she told me she's going to have a chemotherapy. And she didn't know if she will pass or not. But so anyway, she started to learn. Some people ask, why is the car's windshield is larger than the rear view mirror? Because the windshield is the front, the future. So the future is more important than the back. So when the new year starts, let's just look forward and move on. So wish everyone has a healthy, productive, and a happy new year. Thank you.
Oh, Catherine, thank you so much. The last piece that she did was for a productive new year, and we thank you for that also. She will be around after the service, and I want to remind you that she brought some gifts, and there are examples of those red envelopes back there that you can look at. And I think every Chinese child or person gets a gift at the New Year, so there are little teeny tiny gifts to take if you would like. And also some calendars to tell you whether you are a rabbit or a tiger. It is at this time that we close our service, and we have some closing words today from Cynthia Landrum, entitled, "Be true, be well, be loving. We leave this gathered community, but we don't leave our connection, our concerns, our care for each other, our service to each other, to the world, and to our faith, which continues until we are together again. Friends, be strong, be well, be true, and be loving. After we extinguish the candle, please join in Go Lift It Up. Be well, and Connie, thank you for those beautiful bright flowers for our new year. Please join for coffee.